It's showing that side. I'm just gonna wait a few minutes. I gotta figure out the chat thing again. Oh my god, no. Show. Oh no, it's gonna start doing that fading out. Can't even talk to the police. The police station is closed. I just talked to a cop though. He was sitting in his car and he talked to me for a little bit. But I don't have anyone else to talk to. I can't reach my daughter in Canada. She's on a, I don't know, she went to some island for the weekend or something. Where's my water? I don't know how to get this damn thing up again now. Are there people here? It's not showing my chat again. Oh, hi, Liquid Evidence. This just happened like an hour ago. And I'm hurting right now really bad. She slammed my face and the side of my head on the concrete. When I went there to talk to this guy about this vehicle that he sold me that is got all these problems, and I don't know what to do. He took all my money and I don't have money to fix the problems he left me stuck with. So I don't know if anybody has any suggestions or advice to help me figure out what to do. A couple of people said there's lemon laws here in North Carolina, so I don't know if anyone knows anything about the law like that. Trying to get my water. Shoot. Alright, now I got it. Okay, so I was just gonna sit over here and just try to calm down because, man, I hit the ground really hard. She was pushing me around with her body, her big fat body. She weighed a lot more than I did. She was bigger than me, and she's only 21 years old, and just came in. And now they're saying she works there. This girl does not work there. They're just covering. They're already lying. So I have to wait until Monday to go to the courthouse and talk to the magistrate. And then this cop told me then if if she's around you on the street, we'll come and arrest her. I don't know where she came from. She was never at this shop before, and I've been there for the last month dealing with this stuff, and I tried to go back. Oh, it's Sarah. Hi, Sigurd. I don't know if I know you. I should have what to defend me? Someone? I don't know anyone here. No one. I was just driving. I came from Florida. And because it was so hot in Florida, I thought it'd be cooler if I went north, and then I ended up here, and it's not really any cooler. It's a 21-year-old girl that was at this shop. This it's like he's just starting a dealership. He's got a what do you call it? A car repair place, and he's ripping off all kind of people around town here. I've been talking to people on the street, on the beach, and I get involved in the conversation with them, and they know who he is. So many people that I talk to about it, they all, pretty much all of them I talked to knew him, and knew of him and his shady deals and what he's doing. This guy is a Muslim who was bragging about how racist he is, bragging about it, bragging about his guns, and threatening people, you know, with his guns. And other people have been in the situation that have gotten ripped off by him. And he seems to take advantage of older people, women, and black people. He won't do this to an alpha male. He wouldn't dare. So he takes advantage of vulnerable people. He took all the money. My daughter let me use this money that she used to get me out of jail. And if you're following me, you know that I got arrested on bogus charges in where was it? It was in St. Augustine, Florida. I was on a country road waiting till the morning. They came and pulled me out of my car at 3 o'clock in the morning. I was waiting to get my raw milk, because they didn't have any. They said, come back in the morning, so I parked on the side of the road. She just attacked me, telling me to get off the property, and it's not her property, and it's not her place to be telling me what to do. I said, who are you telling me what to do? This isn't your business. The business, and it's none of her business, period, to her get involved in this. I never saw this girl, but obviously they know her. And shoot, I wish I would have had my phone or something. I could have taken a picture of her. And the first thing she said to me is, I will fuck up your old ass. And then she started like getting in my face, using her body to push me around with her tits and her belly, her big belly, and then she started just pushing herself into me, and then I like yanked her hair to pull her back away from me, and then she just plowed into me and just threw me against the wall and the concrete. And my face, I don't know what it's doing right now, but it feels like my jaw might be dislocated, and it hurt my ear. My ear is throbbing, and you know, I scraped my arms. I got some cuts on my arms where I scraped the ground, and just, this isn't right, man. And it's kind of weird because yesterday I was at a car repair place trying to, you know, set something up so that they could inspect the whole car to see what kind of condition it's in, because he's lied about everything, and there's all kind of fluids dripping. The fluids were empty in the car. They probably called for help because they didn't want you no, I was not camping outside. Shit. I didn't get to finish reading your whole thing now, and it's, god damn it. Okay, I can't keep up with this. They probably called for help because they didn't want you camping out in front. I don't camp out there. God damn it. How do I get this to stay on in front of it should have gone to public camping grounds? All right, you're going to tell me what to do. I just don't even want to respond to that. I'm not going to go parking in no Walmart. And I have other places where I go park, and I don't bother anybody, and I wasn't parking at their business. So that's not even, you're already on their side, and just, you know, don't even, you know, if you don't want to help support me in this, then don't even say anything, because I'm not in a very good mood. I'm freaking hurting. I'm literally hurting really bad. My ear is throbbing. My face is so hot, like it's, I don't know. I hope my jaw is not really hurt. I know why they did it, because he's a fucking thief. He's a wannabe gangster. He thinks he's Tony Soprano or something. He's only 22 years old, and I am trying to a bigger girl and a younger girl. She's only 21 years old, and she's way bigger than me. And I have some disabilities too. I'm not that strong of a person that I can, take on somebody like that. And he was too much of a coward to even talk to me. He would not talk to me. He was ignoring me rather than just talk to me like a civil human being. But he don't operate that way. He just, he's a coward. He hides behind his gun. He's always threatening with guns. And he admitted how racist he was multiple times to me. Kept telling me that how much he hates niggers and this, that, and the other thing. He didn't include women, but I could tell that's in there. He doesn't even have a girlfriend or nothing. And he's always flashing his wads of money, counting his hundreds and stuff, and he did admit, he told me, and he brags about how he buys cars at the auction for hundreds of dollars and sells them for thousands of dollars. So this happened to me, and this happened to other people that were there that I ended up talking to, a couple of different black guys that told me how he took advantage of them, how he took their money too. And then when they come back with the problem, the engine is not, working, then he wants to charge him $600 or whatever to repair what he didn't disclose to them in the first place, like he was trying to do to me. He's saying, just pay to get it fixed and be done with it. There's so many things wrong with the car. I mean, it's just even one of his mechanics checked the oil for me when he wasn't there and pulled the dipstick out. There was no oil on it at all. And he says, this ain't right. We need to look into this. The guy that works for him, he's one of the nicer guys that work there for him. There's a couple of nice guys, and then there's another asshole guy that was sticking up for him. And he's the guy who actually did the safety inspection. He has his own guys inspect it. So now I'm taking the car, I can't even go there now. I've been trespassed. But I was planning on doing a picket, and I came to this police station right there, the same one now that I'm at right now. I did this over a week ago to find out what I have to do to legally picket. No, I never got the raw milk because I ended up in jail. They pulled me out of the car at 3 o'clock in the morning with no shoes on and took me to the jail. This kind of shit is going on everywhere, but not everybody's probably talking about it. But I'm targeted like everyone else. But, I guess because I speak out against these things, I'm going to get more and more targeted all the time. So, there were 3 charges. Okay, the first, mainly, they found my own medication in my purse. I told them right where it was because it's legal. I got it from a doctor. Oh, what are you saying? It was my own medicine. And then when I told them I was trying to find the bottle, the label, to show them it was my medicine, and they weren't having it. They didn't want to let me, find it. They were just looking for somebody to, it's this young guy who wants to be captain, and so then they called that resisting arrest because I wasn't getting out of the car and I was trying to find the thing that would help, my evidence in my favor, and they weren't having that. So then, and then like paraphernalia, for my weed that I just have it right before bedtime to help me sleep. And I spent 9 days in jail trying to get out of there. And as soon as I got out, the charges were all dropped. Because it was bullshit in the first place. I should have not been in there at all. And they pulled me out of the car so hard and rough and handcuffed me, and then I had black and blues on my wrist till they cleared up, but they were pretty big because they had them on so damn tight. These cops are fucking crooked, and no, I'm not saying all of them are. I mean, I've met some nice cops. The cop I talked to tonight seemed pretty nice. All right, just shut up. I don't even want to talk to you. I know that. Come on. I don't need people that are not in support. I asked for people to come on to help support me, so I'm not even going to respond to you anymore. And I might even ban you. I ain't in any mood to put up with fucking bullshit like that, that you're just going to keep finding reasons to make me to be the bad guy. So you must be the bad guy if you're projecting like that. I'm a therapist. I'm an experienced therapist. I've done lots of therapy and stuff, and I've helped a lot of drug addicts. I went and worked at, and I did this stuff for free even. I went and helped at, recovery centers and, did one-on-one kind of therapy with people and group therapy because that's how I am. I want to help people. Yeah, imagine them taking her to jail for having her own medicine. How many older people carry around those little weekly little pill containers, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and they got like 3, 4, 5 different things in every day. And they could stop every single person, and older person, and I bet they have it. So, well, what I started to say before I think maybe that's why the person's here, is to distract me from what I'm trying to say. Hi, Teddy. Now it's up, but I don't think it's going to stay up. Yeah, they're pretty loud, huh? Okay, so when I was at this, another place yesterday they didn't have time to do it, so they just said come back on Monday. And they, damn, these bugs are going to drive me crazy. So, the lady there at the other car place that's going to check it out on Monday, they're going to go through the whole thing and try to find everything that's wrong with the car, because I was told by a couple other, like 3 other mechanics, that you probably shouldn't drive this back to Washington in this state. So, that is not what I'm doing. Okay, I am going to ban you in a minute if you keep doing this shit. You're distracting me from what I need to say, so, like, get the fuck out of here. You're just twisting everything around, and that's not true what you're saying. So, just get lost. So anyway, the lady said at this car place, that she says, you should call the news. This was before I even got assaulted. This was just based on the car and the problems that I'm having that he lied to me about. He told me all these things that I counted on that are not true, and now I'm in an awful situation where I can't move forward. I'm stuck in North Carolina. I'm over 2,500 miles away from home. Not that I have a home. I'm homeless. In case you don't know that, I'm homeless. I lost my Section 8 and so I had nowhere to live and nowhere to be or anything. So I thought I'll just, make an adventure out of this, make lemonade with the lemons I'm getting served up here. And if you don't think that the system can implement this kind of stuff, you don't know what the hell is going on. So Teddy, I was attacked by a girl. I went back to the business where I bought the car. I told them yesterday that I was going to come over and talk to him, and I thought I could, appeal to his higher self or something, but he's a friggin' narcissist. He's a terrorist, and he's Muslim, and he's racist by his own admission. He was bragging about how he hates the niggers, and he targets all the minorities. He takes advantage of them. He takes advantage of little old ladies. He takes advantage of seniors, women, and black people about it. So anyway, she was saying that I should go, contact the news, the local news, and maybe that, she says they're always looking for stories like this. I was contacted when I was in Idaho, doing the thing with Owen Benjamin, exposing his ass, and I got more stuff on him too, but I gotta wait until I'm more sure about it, because I'm not gonna just say stuff off the top of my head about people. I have to explore it and find out if what I'm hearing or the information I'm getting is true, and so I'm not out to just like say shit about people that ain't true. So I do a lot of waiting just to make sure that it's true. I'm not going to just run and say stuff. I can't read what it's saying. How do I get this chat to stay on so I could... Would you like to live in an RV with a bunch of other people traveling California? No, I don't drink, and I don't want to really be around a crowd like that. I mean, I've already been invited to a caravan, and a girl is over more in my area of, Washington, Oregon, and in the Pacific Northwest. So I want to hook up with her and maybe get other people involved. But I don't want to live in a house with other people. In an RV? Live in an RV with other people? How do you get that many people in an RV? I don't know what that means. But I don't think something like that's going to work. And I have this car which actually has less room for storing my stuff than my Cadillac did. And he took my Cadillac as part of the trade, but I was telling him I want my money back and everything. But then he told me that I could still have the car in front of the cops, and I said, why didn't you tell me that? You're just telling me that right now. You never told me that. I was in Georgia for a while, and I don't know, I don't think I want to go back south, at least not now when it's so hot. The whole problem with this started when I'm driving my Cadillac, which is in excellent condition. It's in better condition than the car. Here's the vehicle. It looks nice from the outside, but as far as my needs, it's not got enough room to really like live in it that well. And my stuff, a lot of my stuff is, all the stuff that was in the trunk is still in the trunk of the Cadillac that I have no room in this car for. And one of those items is my massage table. And I bought the stuff like a tarp and the ratchet straps or whatever they're called to put it on top. But how am I going to lift that up and down and off of there? I can't do that on my own. Now the girl that worked for this guy that's at the that owns this business, telling me I'm his first customer. He's so full of shit. He sold other people and ripped them off before me even. A couple of black guys were telling me what he did to them. So I don't know, maybe if I do picket it, he thinks that I don't have to be on his property to get the message across to other people. I'll just, I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, I planned to do this before this even happened, but I was also trying to give him the opportunity to do the right thing, because I don't really want to do that. But at this point, all I have right now is time. I can't just drive away from here with the car in the condition it's in. It's leaking oil. It's leaking coolant. There's all kind of problems going on with it, and I just can't drive away in the condition it's in. I mean, multiple mechanics told me you do not want to drive back to Washington with this car in this condition. So I don't have the money to put, as it was, this is the money that my daughter put up for me to get out of jail. She put up $3,500, and I spent 9 days in jail before that finally went through for me to be able to walk out of there. And what I went through there while I was there, oh my God, it was a nightmare. And they were saying that it's like one of the worst jails. No, she didn't pay the bond. We didn't bond it. She's in Canada, so it was Canadian funds, had to be transferred into American funds, had to, so she had to put up $5,000 Canadian, which to equal, hi Ariel, the $3,500 to get me out of jail. So I used that money to buy this vehicle. Here's the vehicle, Ariel. But it's got so many problems. It's just got so many problems. I can't just drive away in the condition it's in. Or I would. I'm sick of being here. I mean, I loved it by the beach, and the healing. Sorry, this is moving around. I don't know how I can sit this down so I don't have to hold it up like this. Shit, I forget what I was just saying. Somebody remind me of what I was just saying. Oh, I'm just beside myself. I got, my head started hurting. My jaws. I guess it'll be all right. It just hurts right now. I hope it's not dislocated or anything. Went to the police. On them. A girl attacked me, Ariel. A fucking NPC just fucking literally threw me up against the wall on my face, the side of my face and my ear, my head, my jaw all hit the concrete. This just happened about less than 2 hours ago. What about tobacco now? Are you distracting again? Okay, if this is a distraction, I'm gonna have to block you. Who are you? Are you talking to me about smoking tobacco? Or I don't know who you're talking to. But I don't smoke. I don't drink. I smoke a little bit of weed. I have medical in Washington. I'm allowed to have 15 plants of my own, and I could have been part of a co-op there that everybody in the co-op could grow 15 plants and you could all trade back and forth. Okay, are any of my mods here? Ariel, please, if you see him harassing me or anything, please block him for me. He's just doing shit to distract people and me from what I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to get support, and I have no one here to talk to. And I can't get a hold of Delilah. She went off on a weekend trip somewhere in Canada, and so she's not by Wi-Fi, and I have to talk to her through Skype, and I can't reach her. And my name is Kat, not Dude. You can have some respect here. If people aren't going to be respectful, I don't want you here. So if anybody, has a wrench and think they're being disrespectful, just time them out, and then eventually if they keep doing it, I'll just ban them. I don't need this kind of harassment right now. I need support. I need love. I need good vibes. I'm not asking anybody to prey on me. Just send me some good vibes and give me some ideas what to do. All right, I get that. It just feels weird because I do have a name. Ariel, can you help me figure out how to get this chat to stay on? No, it's not. This is another thing. Okay, the guy is the guy that sold it to me, but this girl just a couple hours ago, only 21 years old, fucking physically attacked me and threw me on the ground and smashed my face into the ground and my ear and my jaw. I hope nothing's broken. It might be dislocated because it's hurting and throbbing. No, when you say, like, there's a whole list of the chat and then it just fades out and I don't get a chance to read it all, so I can't answer people's questions. So I don't know, like, it keeps going, I don't know how to keep it to stay on so I could just read the things in a row, and I have to keep hitting this little chat box button at the bottom to bring it back up, and then it goes back right back off again, so I can't really respond to people. So, and listen to those cicadas or crickets or whatever. You can probably hear them. Can you hear them, you guys? They're pretty loud. I mean, I don't really mind them all that much, but they are pretty loud. So anyway, there was a cop here. I'm at the police station. You can see right there, that's the cop shop there. And I went over to make a report, to press charges against this girl. Yes, I am still in North Carolina. And she had it was none of her business. She was just looking to get, to be like a bully or something. She just started getting in my face and telling me to get out of here. And it's like, who are you to tell me what to do? And I'm not going to let somebody just push me around like that. So I took a fall, but I ain't going to run away from her. I just was right in her face. It's like you're going to do what you're going to do, aren't you? She goes, I'm gonna fuck up your old ass. Oh, hi there. I see fitted. Okay, I'll let it go, whatever, liquid. If you want to tell me what your real name is, that would be nice, and then I'll call you by your name. Unless you hide behind a screen name. All these people that are friggin' cowards, they can't even give out their own name. Like, the people you should be afraid of your name, having your identity, are the fucking controllers, and they got everything on you. They know more about you than you know about you. So I don't want to fight with anybody. I didn't even want to fight with that girl, but I'm not going to let somebody push me around. She was literally pushing me with her tits and belly. She was huge. Okay, Eliza, I don't know if that's your name, but I do like that name. I like all the names. I guess they're Bible names that end in A-H. I named my daughter Delilah, D-E-L-I-L-A-H. And, what is that, bleg? What does bleg mean? I don't know what that word means. Is it right? Did you spell it right? B-L-E-G? I don't know, but she just thought she was, Miss Hotshot, like Authority or something. I had never, and I was at this shop many times, and I never ever saw her. And then when the cops came to talk to, I called the cops. Like, they were threatening to call the cops, and I called the cops myself. They're in the wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. I went there to talk to him. I told him I was, and I was just trying to appeal to him, but trying to appeal to the morality of a narcissist ain't gonna happen. I realized that he was a narcissist a little too late after he took all my money, my daughter's money. I don't know that much about the Bible. I mean, I know some things. I know cannabis is in the Bible. It's under cannabism, spelled with a K, K-A-N-E-H-B-O, cannabism in the Bible. It's a medicine, and it can be abused like any other medicine, but it's a natural medicine that's put. Do you know that we have a cannabinoid system in our bodies, and how much of a good thing that is? Why do you think the controllers put cannabis in Schedule 1 with heroin, and cocaine and all that other stuff is in Class 2? So that makes weed worse than cocaine or ice or any of these amphetamines and meth and all this other stuff. They're trying to say that cannabis is worse than them. Come on, man, if you don't know that the system is all backwards, inverted, messed up. It might. There's a lot of estrogenics that's, even lavender is estrogenic. And that's one of that is the most promoted essential oil. All the essential oils are good, but they're pushing the estrogen. Like, look at all the guys with man boobs. Man, there's guys with boobs bigger than the girls. A lot of the girls I see are flat-chested, and the men have the boobs. So why does a girl with no boobs have to wear a bathing suit top and a guy doesn't? Why? Why is that? Anybody got an answer for that one? Huh? It's okay, like, you know, we have to cover up. Even if you don't have anything, if you're totally flat-chested, but guys with boobs can run around like that? What's wrong with this picture? So anyway, at this other shop that I went to yesterday that said to come back on Monday because they didn't have time. I'm sorry I can't answer your things because I can't get this to stay up. $1 a gram. From where? The dispensaries? Are you still buying stuff from the dispensaries? Boy, you don't know what's going on then if you think the dispensary stuff is good. And these vape pens, the vape pens have something in them. My gut is very strong on this, and I don't know, I can't really say for sure what it is. It could be graphene oxide. And they're starting to lace everything with fentanyl. They want everybody strung out. They're easier to control and kill with drugs. Why not? I'm gonna probably have to take this down when we're done, because I'm probably gonna be talking stuff like this. And although I do like to go back when I'm done and read through the chat and see what people were talking about, because I'm missing it all because I can't get this damn thing to stay on. Now what I usually... Are you saying it's good stuff at the dispensary? Just pure distilled. Oh yeah, it's really good for you, I'm sure. You keep doing that. I won't. I'm pretty much resolved to the fact that I probably will have to quit because I don't have very much left. And I don't know. Sometimes it shows, like I had some, and I don't know where I put it, but it'll probably show up when it's time for it. Look how the sky is. Does anybody know what that pink is in the sky? Does anybody care? Look for in the app. How do you know what I smoke? You have no idea. I'm sure none of it's, well, unless somebody's grown it themselves, which I would do if I was in a position to do it. I mean, if I had my own property, my own land, and I wouldn't be in a state like in Washington, it's pretty much mainstream. Yeah, stoners, I guess. I don't know. There's worse. It's not even really a drug, but why do you say that? What about all the, the meth addicts and the other drugs that, I guess that's better because they're not in class 1 like that, like the weed is. They started demonizing that a long, long time ago. And we have cannabinoid receptors in our body. So I don't think people don't understand that this is a natural substance. But of course, the controllers are fucking with it, so that you're not going to get a good product. Maybe, your best chance is to get some heirloom seeds from somebody that have them and grow your own. But I'm not in a position to be doing that, so I can't. Having stoner as a personality. What is a stoner personality? I want you to describe that and defend your position. Because people just make blanket statements and they don't have anything to back it up. Unless you have personal experience with it or, something happened. But across the board, I was diagnosed with cancer. Me, of all people, should not have had cancer. So it just shows you they can induce in you anything they want. If you're not being attacked, it's because you're a complier. You're complying with everything, and they're gonna leave you alone. It's people like me they're coming after and hitting me on all kind of fronts. I could post a video, maybe I will. I don't know if I'm not gonna leave this up. I'll post it under another one of my videos, like maybe the last one I did or something like that, showing like the effects of what they're calling morgellons, which is basically nano poisoning. That's just a cover name for it, just like it's a cover for Lyme and lupus and MS and cancer and AIDS, all the way down the line. We should not have these diseases. These diseases that they make up these names for are all basically the same thing. They're toxic blood and they manifest in different ways and different symptoms. And then they, call it a disease and start wanting to give you all their drugs, all their, pharmaceuticals. I call them pharmaceuticals. Let's knock that P off of there. Because these drugs are not good for anybody. People think that they're doing them good, and they are not. They're keeping them totally toxic. So people are ignorant and are willfully ignorant. They do not want to learn. When I try to teach somebody something through, my own experience or help them through a situation or something like that, a lot of people are addicted to their own bullshit, or they want it, they don't want to hear about how cannabis or, would help them in their cancer. They'd rather take chemotherapy and radiation and chemicals. Way to treat yourself. How loving is that? People can't possibly love themselves when they're doing shit like that to themselves. What kind of drugs rock? You make pharmaceuticals? Drugs are going to lower your frequency and can make you easier to be controlled. And one of the biggest ways to get these chemicals into people is through the food supply. People don't realize what they're ingesting. All they think about is their taste, their appetite, what they like. They don't even want to read labels, because if you were reading labels, you would see how much garbage, literal toxic stuff in the food. People are addicted to food. Everybody is. Unless they don't eat any food at all. Even I am. I'm having some you know, I've been like, I'm pretty much almost over the wheat thing. I can't have anything with I don't know if that's a place or not. Well, that's probably good. Um, See, I got distracted again because I read some, how to stop and read something. But people are, you know, put down the drug addicts when they're a drug addict themselves. That's how much denial people are in. If you're eating food, you're addicted. If you can't stop eating the food, I'm having a hard time with the wheat, that and coffee. I just have 1 cup a day, not even a big cup, but just, you know, 1 cup a day, and still having a hard time with that. Well, yeah, they always get you somehow or another. What do you think the whole Vietnam War and all that shit there over there with Poppy Bush, you know, running the opium fields? That's what our soldiers were doing. They make you think they're over there fighting this war for us and the enemy. The government's the enemy. The powers that be, the dark forces, are the enemy. I don't have much respect for soldiers and military and stuff. Try to get into a conversation with one of them and ask them what they actually did. They probably will try to avoid you like the plague. They don't want to be talking about that. Some of them are ashamed of what they did, and maybe we'll say, I don't want to talk about it, but they're basically admitting that they did shit that they're not proud of. Because how can you be proud of killing your fellow man? These wars were all set up, even the Civil War, which is happening right now. The way they're setting it up to get people to fight with each other, they're creating, you know, all these divisions and stuff, religion or politics or whatever club you're in. You know, that's why I'm not affiliated with anything. The closest thing I have to any kind of part of a club is my membership to the YMCA, which is where I take my my showers. It's only costing me like $10 a month for my YMCA membership. And if you go to a what are those places called? TNA, the Pilot, the trucker stops. $15, $13 to $15 for 1 shower. I pay less than that for a whole month of showers. I could take one every single day. And, you know, I don't need to take one every single day. And people don't. Unless you're maybe a mechanic or a farmer or something and you're getting really dirty. You don't need a shower every day. You're washing off those, the good oils, you know, you want that protection on you. Right now, everyone is coated with the biofilm and the buildup of all this toxic material that is landing on your skin and just keeps building up and building up on you. And that's why I've been fighting back from this for like 5 years now. That's why I have all these like cuts and stuff coming out. That's the heavy metals coming out of me. And if you're not kicking it out, you're assimilating it. And I've been asking a lot of people about the chemtrails. They don't even know what they are. Old people, young people, a lot of millennials don't even know what a chemtrail is. Because people don't look up in the sky and see what the hell is going on, or know that something sinister, nefarious is going on. They are literally trying to kill us. And people don't think that. They don't really understand what is happening. And it's in plain sight. They are telling you straight up that they are killing us. Yeah, sure. Okay. You go ahead and keep just assimilating it into your body. We have operating systems in our body. That's what the nano part, they build up in your system. They're self-assembling. But people don't get it. They just because they don't understand it or don't know about it, they think it doesn't exist because they don't know. You'd think they'd want to know, but I think a lot of people, you know, don't want to know because then they feel like they would have to do something about it and they don't know what to do about it. And when I try to tell people, I tell them I'm not trying to, you know, ask you to do anything about it. Just be aware of it. And then whatever comes to you to do about it, then try to act on that when you can. I'm not saying you should just go blindly out and start raising, you know, stupid shit and not, you know, follow through with it and not even know what this. I have known some of this stuff for over 30 years. I knew about fluoride. I grew up in the town where they, in the late 40s, they started testing it on the citizens of Newburgh, New York. And then that was the test city, and then the other city was shit, what's it called? Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the city. Kingston. Okay, they didn't have the fluoride, but they had it in Newburgh. So I grew up starting right off with life getting fluoride, and then later I learned about it and started becoming more aware of it, and I went to city council meetings and stuff like that, and it did get stopped in the one town that I lived in Port Angeles, Washington. But then I don't know, it's probably got it everywhere now. And they're also selling bottles of water in plastic that is straight from the tap with fluoride, with aluminum, with all this stuff. And by the way, if you want to know, Brita and Pure, the two major filter companies with those, you know, carbon filters that you can drop in, actually add up to 30, I don't know what the actual thing is. I think they say 33% or something, but people go nuts when you say that number. That's actually my number. My phone number ends in it. 3333. But they put aluminum right into the water. The filters that are supposed to be taking the garbage out is actually putting the garbage in. Sort of like they do when they give you the wax, you know, vaccines. They are literally putting shit into people. And then people are acting really weird. Now, I don't know what's going on with people that now you can't be around them because people are getting sick. Like I don't know how they're actually doing this, how they're pulling it off. I mean, we can't know all these specifics and stuff like that, but this so-called shedding is from being around people. And I might have to do, I'm thinking because of so many things have to do with frequencies. And I was talking about earlier that that video I was going to put up about what happens. Like, I was explaining it to my daughter how my feet go into like a fist. They like cramp in such a way it's like my foot is making a fist. And then somebody that in the Morgellons community, which is nano poisoning, and I wish they didn't use that, but it's a word people can connect and understand with. And yeah, I'm sure she was vaccinated. Oh no, I just spilled my water. Ah, shit. Shit, even my own daughter got vaccinated. She caved to it. I can't believe it. That makes me so fucking sad because I just found out. She just told me she's pregnant and I'm going to be a grandma for the first time. So everybody has Morgellons. Everybody has this nano poisoning. It's just not, you're not doing anything about it. You're not detoxing it out. You're not gonna see the effects of it, but you might have the effects of it in blame it on something else. You know, people think it's this or that, or they want to blame it on, I mean, it's, the vectors are everywhere. One of the biggest ones is the food. People are not getting this about the food. And there's natural flavors now in 8 out of 10 products. Sometimes I'll go to the store and I just look at different things just to see where it's going, and it just keeps getting more and more and more products have this natural flavoring in there. And it's not, they don't say what it is, but you know that people and babies are as natural as it gets. There is the movie, because it's here now, Soylent Green is here. It's been here. That movie was made in the 80s, and the time frame it was set in was the year 2022. What year is this now? I think it's 2022. Oh, it ain't just McDonald's, and it's not just the fast food places, but they're probably the worst. They're some of the stuff, and this was also in the jail. I was told by like 4 different trustees that the bags are labeled not for animal or human consumption. This is the food that they serve the people. I lost 10 pounds when I was there for 9 days. I was losing a pound a day because I was not eating the food. And I would just eat just a little bit, or I gave my food away and they could have it and let them gouge on it. Because then people said, if you don't eat something and they catch you not eating, they'll force feed you. They take you to the infirmary and they strip you down, and they put you in what they called a turtle suit. A turtle suit, not turtle soup. It'd be the slow boiling of the frog there, the turtle. And then they intubate you, and they force you, they can put anything in you. They were telling me, luckily I got out, they were telling me I had to go to see the nurse. And I go, for what? I didn't ask to go. They go, no, you have to go get a TB shot. Nobody gets out of here without a TB shot. Well, I got out of there without a TB shot. But they fucking did something to me when I first went in, and I am so regretting that. They didn't swab me up my nose. They took it out. They took DNA, I'm sure. But I'm sure they have it. I think every time you give blood or something, they can get your DNA right there. But I won't go to a doctor or a hospital ever again. I think I would just bleed out or whatever. I'll die on my own terms. I'm not letting them murder me. Nano Q-tips. Yeah. There is everything now. Like, cotton used to be one of my favorite fabrics, and now the cotton is GMO'd, and it's got in it this bacterium. I think I posted a video. I'm dropping these videos, like I'm sharing other people's videos in the community, the nano community that knows what's some of the stuff that's going on. Maybe not all of it, but they're onto it and stuff like that. I've been dropping these videos under my videos, like either, you know, in a pinned comment or something. So you can look there on my other videos, not so much my live streams, because I take them down or they take them down. And they've been like taking over a day to post a video, because they have to process it and check it out and everything. So it's getting like they're doing that like more and more. They like, I put it up at a certain time thinking, you know, this is a good time to do it, and then they don't do it until like the next day. So I don't even know they're showing up at all different times because of that. So I mean, they are on to me. They know I'm talking stuff about things they don't want me talking about, and I'm literally getting targeted. No, I don't have a Venmo. I don't even really understand that. I don't need a bus ticket. I'm not leaving 2 vehicles behind. I have 2 cars now, because he just gave me back the car that I traded in towards this, because he he said that in front of the cops. I go, why didn't you tell me this before? Because I was trying to figure out, how am I going to get my massage table, my clothes, I got like skillets, my cast iron skillets and things to cook on and all this stuff, which I haven't been doing. I haven't even been, you know, cooking my own foods because I haven't found any good sources of meat like I would. I wish I could eat raw beef, and I only get them from local farmers. I don't buy them from supermarkets because you don't know what they're putting in there. Some of this impossible meat, people are so retarded that they would eat that shit. They have no respect for their own body. But I have what is it called? Well, there was Ariel put up a GoFundMe last year, but that it didn't really take off, but it's still up there. I think I got like $150 or something through that. It wasn't a whole lot, but I still appreciate what I did get. And I have PayPal that you could do that if anybody wanted to help me. I'm not gonna, you know, beg for money or whatever, but if someone feels so inclined to do it. I have one girl that has helped me a lot. You know, she gave me a couple different times. She's helped me out. Like just like last month was my birthday, and right at that time she gave me a donation. That like that day or the day before, I had to get insurance, and I told them not to put it through, and they put it through anyway, which caused my account to the check bounced. It didn't go through, or it did eventually go through, but they hit me up with a $36 charge, and she gave me that money just in time that it went into my bank, and it covered any more checks that would have came in right after that. I don't know how to do Venmo. I really don't. I'm a tech tard. I don't know a lot of these things. It's like I just don't know how to do it. No, I don't have the Cash App, because at first I had that, and somebody wanted to give me something through there. She gave me like $20, and it did not go through. I didn't get it, and she didn't get it. So nobody got the $20. They got it. Cash App got it. But I couldn't get it to me into my bank, and she couldn't get it back. I don't know. I don't know if she didn't try or whatever, but neither one of us got it. So I didn't want to deal with that. And also I have Zelle, which was actually started a few years ago through my bank, which is U.S. Bank, and there are no U.S. banks here, so I can't even go into a brick and mortar store and talk business with them. Share my PayPal link. I don't know. See, I can't even get this up to be able to do it. Comment on merch. What does that mean? Merch from Mike from Florida Merch you talking about? That's, what's his name? I forget his last name, Spanish name. Lopez. Is that who you're talking about? No, not Lopez, the other guy, Mike. I don't know. People wanted, when I was in Florida, people were trying to get me to go help him, like help him with his drug and alcohol problem. It's like, you can't just go try to help people unless they want to be helped. Yeah, Mike from Florida. No, I wasn't going to get involved in that shit. I don't know what is going on with it. And if he himself had asked me, but not somebody tell me go help him, I'm not going to do that, force myself on them. If you read under my About page, there is, it tells you that, it says on there that I'm willing to help anybody that has a drug problem. Because I had a drug problem back in the 80s, and, but I quit. I was doing heroin then, and I quit, and I never did it again. And then I want, help people who are heroin addicts to get off of heroin, because with the pharmaceutical system, or the they are trying to get people on the Suboxone stuff, and that's like forever. People have a hard time getting off of that. I did a little bit like a methadone, trying to get off of it back then, and it just sucks you in further. So you can't really use drugs to get off drugs. I mean, you could like keep lessening it and lessening is what I tried to do, and then I just stopped cold turkey and stopped. I went into a treatment center for. He hates me. What does he hate me for? You don't even know me. How can he hate me? Unless he's just jealous because he's can't get off of drugs and he just wants to stay on them. But I was willing to help him. I even actually emailed and talked to Royce through email saying that I'd be willing to help him if he wanted help, but he never really got back to me about it. So it's like, I put it out there, I'm willing to help, but they don't want to be helped, then I'm not going to invest any more time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably envious that I could have gotten on. Now this was back in the 80s, so I mean, and then it wasn't too much longer after that. Like I was 32, and then the next couple years, then I started to, like, I guess my awakening, because I wasn't being medicated anymore, and nothing was keeping my fucking me up so that I couldn't, start to see some of these things that were happening. I mean, just so many things that I've known for so long about so many things that I had no one to talk to about it because nobody's consciousness was at that place. Now people are starting to wake up. I don't know what that, I just read there's 100 clips or something and then it goes off, so I can't finish reading it. So what was I saying about, I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not into that now, and with what they're doing, and they're literally trying to kill us. Do people realize that we're under, the war is on us. World War III is here. We're the enemy. And they're coming after us in all different kind of ways. I hope I can remember to post that video under my last regular video, not under this live stream, because I'm probably going to take it down. I don't know that I should keep it up. I mean, if I did, I'm out of the zone. Well, I had a couple two of my live streams got strikes, or like got deleted, and then I was put in YouTube jail for a little bit, but that's been a while, so I haven't, please keep what up? Keep the video? Why? Well, I mean, I could, and just to see what ScrewTube is gonna do, if they're gonna allow it to stay up. See, if I do it now and then I just take it right back, take it down immediately, I can keep doing this, as long as I can get Wi-Fi. That's one of the big problems. I'm using the Wi-Fi that's coming from the police department right there, right now. And usually when I'm doing my live streams, or I used to use my laptop, which is a big, heavy dinosaur of a laptop. It's from, I don't know, I've had it for over 10 years. It's a Toshiba Cosmos. It's it was like state of the art. It's backlit, but it's so heavy. It's not, you can't really call it a true laptop, even though it's designed that way, but it's more like a PC replacement. But it's a beautiful, beautiful computer. And I haven't been using it because I can't keep it charged, and I don't have Wi-Fi, and it's really heavy to drag out and stuff like that. I was doing that at first, but as long as I get Wi-Fi, I can just see. But I've been holding this iPad for the whole time here, and starting to hurt my, it's getting hard to hold it up. So, anyway, if anyone wants to ask me any questions about anything, if they're, curious about like what's going on, if I can answer them in any way, I will. I'm not saying that everything I say is, it could turn out to be something else, but there is so much stuff going on. And does anyone have any experience with their family or friends that had, got the dart, and how it's affecting them personally, not the person that was jabbed, but them being in the vicinity of the people who have. Like, I'm curious to see what people's symptoms are, that they're going to blame it on COVID or something. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that hate women. They've been programmed to hate us. And it could be vice versa too, but they're pitting everybody against each other. That's what the Civil War was. Do you really think that half the people hated the other half of people? That was all programmed and orchestrated and scripted out, and just getting people to kill each other so they don't have to do it. Somehow they can bypass their, I don't know if karma is the right word to use, but what I'm interested in right now is, besides, people hating on each other, because people are acting, just, like the people, in traffic with the road rage, and like these girls come. There's a video that me and Ariel did, a live video, and this NPC came out of nowhere and just started attacking me. Now, she didn't attack me physically, but she was verbally attacking me and saying that I was filming the kids when we were just, Ariel was talking to them like a dad, trying to be nice to them and give them good advice and stuff like that. And then she started calling me a drug addict and all this and that and everything. You can just watch. It's towards the last third of the live stream. It's like a long video. Me and Ariel were having a conversation. I'd like to do more with him, but he started working, so he doesn't have as much time to do it. So, but I can ask him. I don't know if he's still here. He might have left. But anyway, she just started coming at me and screaming, and oh my God, it's just. So is anybody else having these encounters with these NPCs, or just people in general who just come at you like out of nowhere and think they're so justified in their position? I'm sorry that light keeps hitting. There's all the street lights went on, so I'm sitting in the dark, but now it's in my eyes if I turn this way. But no matter how I turn, it seems like there's going to be a light in the thing. Okay. So, I don't know, people were asking me about, in another chat I was in, a live stream chat of someone else's, asking me if they noticed how people are behaving on the road, because I'm on the road all the time, and how people are just nuts and just angry at everything, and they're taking it out on the road, like beeping their horns. Even just my daughter, when I talk to my daughter, it happens to her, and she's in Vancouver, British Columbia, and the horns just beeping at her and stuff like that. She's a good driver, and she's not doing anything wrong, but people are like losing their minds, and it's being done to them. We can't, it's a hard position to like try to be loving and kind towards people when they're behaving this way, but they're being programmed to behave this way. They can literally do all kinds of stuff to you. I don't know if people are aware of the things that are happening to you, that are being done to you, that you normally didn't ever have happen before. Like in the last couple of years, I got ADD since this shit started. And I never had that. I never had problems with attention and stuff like that. I was a straight A student, man, 4.0. And never had any problems like that in school at all. And never in life either. Now I have that. I can remember shit from 30, 40 years ago, but I can't remember something from 30 seconds ago sometimes, or 30 minutes ago. And I always had a pretty good memory. Does anybody else experience this and know about it? Do you have these problems, anybody? Or am I just talking to the wrong set of people here? Because if you can't relate to me, I'm not doing a very good job, or I'm attracting the wrong people, or whatever. And I'm not trying to shame anybody or anything, but this is such a challenge. It's a big challenge for the empaths to tolerate or understand, you know, that other people are having this done to them. They're not doing it of their own accord. They're not being assholes. Like they never used to be an asshole, and all of a sudden they're an asshole now, you know. So, I mean, I've even had it happen to me where I said, I mean, I apologized for it and everything, but I said something to somebody that was in the Morgellons community, for lack of a better word, the nano poisoning community, and she mistook it, and I don't know how I said it, but I didn't mean any harm from it, but it's like the words were put into my mouth or into my head, and it came out that way, and I would have never said some of these things that I've said. I even said things to my daughter and then realized it, and then later we talked about it a little bit, which is a good thing, because she's not getting a lot of this stuff, and it makes me really sad. That she's not getting this, what's going on, and she was influenced enough after her whole life of me avoiding her getting any kind of injection shots, you know, when she was born and everything. I refused to have her poked like that, and never got her any, like most kids I think had 27 in the first, I don't know, few years of their life, and she didn't have that her whole life. She went without any, and then she chose to get it done and got poked twice already, and she's pregnant now. So I'm happy for that, because I'm gonna be a grandma, but I don't even know if I'll be here long enough to see the baby. I'm being so attacked in so many ways, just for, you know, because I know too much shit. I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit, and hardly anyone wants to hear about it. So, I don't know, I'm getting too emotional, so I should probably get off. But thank you for, yeah, I know it's all about depopulation, but most people aren't getting that. They don't even see it at all. It's so bizarre, but I'm seeing more and more that it's just not really even their fault. It does frustrate me because they don't even want to look at it. They don't want to hear about it. They want to carry on their life and just pretend like nothing's happening. And I try to say, just because you don't see it or don't want to hear about it doesn't mean it's not happening. So everybody's a target. Everybody. Well, thank you for that. And I am all about wanting to share the wisdom that I do have. I'd rather call it wisdom than knowledge, because I've been around here for a long time. You guys know I'm 71 years old, right? So I know more stuff than most people. You know, I've been here like 2 or even 3 of their lifetimes. Like that girl today that attacked me. She's 50 years younger than me. So I've been here like more than 3 of her lifetimes. You think in that amount of time you're gonna get some, but I mean, not all older people do have wisdom. Now don't try to scare me with that shit. Don't be watch out, stay safe. Please don't curse me with that stay safe shit. That is fear porn. I'm not going to live my life in fear. I know people think this is crazy, but I was so sure of myself that this is how it is, you know, like, I walked through 4 lanes of moving traffic to show my daughter how fearless I was. You know, people say that's crazy, you could die. I don't care. I'm not afraid to die. That's the problem. They're using this fear factor on everybody. Everybody's afraid to die. And they don't even know what death is about. It's not anything to fear. If you could live your whole life not being afraid to die, think how different you would feel. I let my daughter play on cliffs and everywhere. People thought, wow, that's really great. You can just let her run around free like that. And she's still here. I mean, I was concerned for any safety, stuff like that. And it's just like, you can't like just tell everybody, oh, you don't want to do that because you might get hurt. Oh, you don't want to do that because you might get hurt. And then I was thinking too about, because I got stopped for not wearing my seatbelt. Because I don't even remember the last time I wore a seatbelt. And the cop let me go. He didn't even press it. He stopped me for not having a seatbelt, but he didn't do anything about it. So, just, you know, they're using fear to control people. And once people get this and start like saying, no, wait a minute, you know, because I always say, you know, this whole stay safe is a curse. I cut your seatbelt out. Yeah, I haven't cut it out, you know. Sometimes if there's a cop right next to me or something, I might just pull it out like over me, but I don't put it on. I just do that because I just, you know. But the cop didn't even do anything, just said, okay, I'm just gonna give you a warning, and he let me go. A few cops have done that to me. Like, you know, it's kind of an awkward situation because I want to stand up for myself and my rights, but then some cops might take it like you're bucking their authority or whatever, and then they want to get ya. Like those cops that put me in jail in St. Augustine. But the girls in that jail were saying they were trying to get their cases in such a position, like they would actually commit a crime in order to go to prison so they could get out of being in jail in St. Augustine because it's worse. Oh no, that would drive, how do you stop that? I don't know. There must be a way that you can pull it out or like clip it somehow to keep it in position like it's on. I don't know, my light comes on, but it doesn't ding. So, and I don't wear one in other people's car. And if they say I have to, I said, then I just won't get in your car. Then I won't go with you. And then they'll sometimes say, oh, it's okay, come on. But I'm not going to wear a seatbelt. Because think about this. They're forcing us to wear seatbelts. But it's okay for all these, extreme sports to go flying off of cliffs. That's allowed. That's legal. You don't get no ticket for that. But yet you have to, it should be your choice. If you want a chance dying, then it's on you. But because I came from an era where we did not have seatbelts in the car then. But again, when I was a kid, we didn't even have a car. There were, by the time there were the last 2 came up, but there was like 5 of us, and we did not have a car until I was maybe 13 years old or something like that, 13 or 14, when we moved. Well, we moved from, actually I was probably 11, because I moved from New York, where I was born in New York, to Pittsburgh. My mom had a new boyfriend, and he dredged the the rivers. He was a heavy machine operator and he dredged, you know, that Pittsburgh is like 3 rivers. There's all, you know, there's all kind of rivers going through Pittsburgh. And I lived on top, I lived in Mount Washington, which overlooked the 3 rivers that join together. The Monongahela, the Allegheny, and the Ohio River came together there, and that's right where they had the 3 Rivers Stadium. But they moved, it's not there anymore. But now that property up there, only millionaires live there, the elites. I don't even want to call them, they don't deserve to be called elite. I call them elites because I think that's the true pronunciation. The E-L, just like Israelites or whatever, Jordanites or different ites, that's how you would pronounce it, elites, not elite. So I don't know if they'd be considered the same word, but it's a different pronunciation, and people shouldn't give them that kind of honor of calling them elite. So, well, if anybody wants to talk about anything before I get off, because I'll probably have to go find a place to park where I'm not going to bother anybody, where the cops are less likely to harass me. I don't think I could stay here in the cop shop parking lot. I don't know, but I have to go find a place to park, and sometimes it takes me an hour to park. That was another thing about this car. Yeah, I have a phone number. It's a flip phone. It's not a what do you call it? You can email me though first, and then if I feel like I trust you enough, I might get. I started to put my phone number up, but I took it down. You still want to talk about Owen? There's people that I talk to about Owen that know about, that are from, that have worked, especially this one girl. She works with the Hollywood celebrities, and she's stopping doing that. That's how she found out, you know, through the tranny agenda, because she does medical. She does some service that I'm not sure what she does yet, but I'm a massage therapist, so so she was touching bodies, and then she started to become aware that they were not the gender that they were promoting. So that's another whole story for another whole video, because there's a lot of stuff I could talk about in that department that I just am not going to. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, I'm also an artist who has studied anatomy. We actually took classes called Anatomy for Artists. So I've drawn a lot of bodies, a lot of nude bodies. I was even a nude model myself. And that I'm a massage therapist, so I touch bodies and massage bodies. And I've had this license for over 50 years. So, and that's what we're thinking. Who just said that? Because he does have the markers, some of them. And he is not as tall as he says he is. He says he's 6'8". He is not 6'8". Remember, I saw him in person more than once. He is not that tall. He is tall, and he does have a lot of subcutaneous fat, but I have to do more looking into this. I mean, I've been doing this for specifically about this gender thing for this last year, but I'm not just going to go put videos out and say that unless I am more sure of what, I'm talking to someone else about it who does transvestigations, and they think that Owen is inverted. Now, does anybody know? Now, allegedly, Amy is pregnant again. So does anybody know anything about that? Have they seen Amy pregnant? Because a lot of time, like when Owen would do a video in his 600 square foot barn, you have to know that's bullshit. He used all that money he collected from his bears to buy this house that's It was 332,000 or something like that. It has a 4-car garage. Yeah, you're gonna have a 4-car garage attached to a 600 square foot little room. That room, I believe, is the top of the cottage that's on the property. The little cottage, but he has a big house. I forget what the square footage is. It's 2,500 square feet. And and that's not including the little house that he actually does the live streams from in that little cottage. And it's on like 10 acres of and it's public knowledge. Oh, there's one of those big giant roaches. I don't know if you could see that moving around. Those roaches, one of those went in the car in my bedding. Oh my God, that's so creepy. There's another one. Oh shit, I hope they're not around me here. They're usually at the beach. They're like about the size of almost the size of my thumb, a little bit smaller maybe. And the fuckers fly. They're called smoky brown roaches. They look like water bugs, like they could be water bugs, but I actually went to an exterminator and talked to him about it, and I described, and he said, yeah, they are called smoky. He asked me what color they were and all this stuff, and he gave me a couple of little like Roach Motel boxes like that had sticky stuff on it, and he said that it would probably die in there from the heat, so not to worry about it too much. Like, I don't think they'll hurt you, but they're just kind of creepy. I have to start getting used to these bugs, especially if we're gonna have to start eating them. Okay, here's a little bit on that before I get off. The bugs, because they have like their skeletons are indigestible, they're not going to help us. Sort of like the fiber they keep pushing, that lie. Fiber is not good for you. Neither are vegetables. Vegetables are full of cellulose, and maybe if you juice them, you might get a little bit of something out of them, some hydration, and maybe, I don't know, a little bit of nutrition. But they're pushing this vegan shit. That's a fucking weapon right there, because they are not good. They're frankenfood. They are not good for us. So anyway, like the celebrities are coming out with videos and stuff showing them cooking, frying, whatever, baking the insects, putting breading on them and making all these sauces and stuff like that. So the bugs themselves won't hurt you, but it's all the other shit that they're using, the breading and the oil for frying. The vegetable oils are not good. We need fat. We need animal fat, not vegetable oils. They are not what you think they are. Shit, I gotta get up because those bugs are getting closer to me. I have to get used to them. I'm trying to be fearless and get over my fears. And, but something like I'm still gonna be afraid of snakes. But, so anyway, there's a guy on YouTube. He's an ex-doctor. He doesn't believe in the allopathic shit. He's always making fun of them and stuff like that. And he's actually was a veterinarian too, so he knows a lot about the human body and animals too, but and the systems and how they work. So he was saying that what we have to do is you take the bug and like break it open and suck out the fat, and then throw away the skeleton, the remains. That's all you want is the fat. What does that mean? Snakes are good. Oh, eaten. I thought it said good or good eat. I don't know. I never ate a snake, but I imagine they're probably good. He says anything that moves, from a worm to an elephant, is good for us. And people just, they're so into this saving the animals and all that stuff and stuff. And the virtue signalers are just too much with that nonsense. What's good to eat, what they're so unhealthy. The most unhealthy people are the big fat people. They're starving. They are big and fat, and they are starving. That's why they're so big like that, is because they keep eating and eating because their body wants these nutrients that they're not getting. So, unfortunately, they're dumbed down enough to, and it's just awful. The whole food system, and I'm sure they don't want me talking about this stuff, because that's something everybody does. Not everybody smokes a vape pen. Not everybody has tattoos, but if you notice how many more tattoo parlors there are, it's getting to be like bars, like one on every corner. So, there's something in those in the ink. My daughter's getting them. Now she's pregnant. She got jabbed. She's got it twice even. So, I don't know. I don't want to start talking about that again. I'll start getting all teary-eyed and sad because she doesn't trust me enough. She should know, because so many of the things that I've, was resistant to in the past, and the things I've said that sounded crazy have come true, but she still doesn't make it. He weighs 300. No, he's taller. I'm 5'6". He has to be taller than that. I don't think he's 350 pounds. He might be, I know he's overweight, but I don't think, he might be maybe close to 300, but I don't think he's over 300, especially if he's only that short. Like, Owen was pretty fat, like, not like, well, he's big, and he had a lot of, he's not as tall as he just wants people to be afraid of him. I started calling this Jolly Ween Giant, because I call him Weenie, right? Because he's always talking about the weenie, and being gay and all that stuff. So why would he always be talking about that shit? And there's so many people on YouTube that are switched up that you don't even realize that they are. And now it's starting to come out. People are starting to expose them, so. He's easily 345 if he's 6'7". I don't think Owen is even 6'7". I would say maybe he's 6'4". He says that he's 6'8". There's no way he is 6'8". He's tall, but he's not that tall. And if he was a woman, then, the testosterone could make him taller, the human growth hormones and stuff, because they're saying people like The Rock and some of these other really big people, the Terminator and all that, Arnold and all that, they're saying that they're inverted. So everybody in Hollywood is. You can't even get into Hollywood unless you are. That's part of their club, so I can't see that fast enough. It went off. Okay, these lights are just starting to be everywhere, so. Okay, well, like I said, I gotta start driving around and looking for a decent place to park where it's quiet, no traffic, no, not all these lights. I'm not gonna go park and all the cops tell me to go to Walmart and stuff. It's like, no, I ain't going to no Walmart. Sorry. It's bad enough I have to go to Walmart sometimes for some things I need to get, which I don't even like to be in that store. It's so cringy, man. The vibes, the people that are there are so, I don't know, just ain't my kind of people. I'm having a hard time finding my kind of people. People that are honest, people that are aware, people that are, I don't know. It's just getting harder and harder. And I'm a very social person. I always brought smiles to people's faces, and then they started this bullshit with the masks. And I won't do it. I won't wear a mask. You should see little kids when I go by them and I smile at them, and they just they're walking with their mom or dad or whoever, and they're just like turning their head, still like looking at me, just because they see a smile, someone smiling to them. Kids respond to that. And people, amazingly, almost everybody I see, I would say 9 out of 10 people smile at me and say, you know, good morning, or, you know, have, you know, how, just, it's just amazing. And then I look and I don't see them doing it to anybody else. That's weird. So, I don't know, that's a good thing, I guess, but, I mean, and I thought it was pretty friendly here, and I said that to people. I said, this is like the friendliest state I've ever been through. And I've been through how many states, going from Washington all the way to Florida. Like, I was actually down in Mexico and then came up into Florida and then went through Georgia and up, you know, through the Carolinas and stuff like that. And I've been through a lot of states, and they were very friendly here. But people that live here don't think that. So I don't know what they think or what they're used to, but, and why are people being, maybe it's just my smile that they're attracted to or something, and they hold the door for me, and I don't know, maybe it's just my aura or something. So I don't know. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for, it's been 100 minutes. Thanks for showing up and hanging out with me and trying to help me work through this stuff, because now I have to go, and I don't like to have to do this, but I guess I have to. I have to go on Monday to make the report and put out, they said a warrant, but I have to press charges against this person. That's not okay to do that to somebody. An older person with disabilities, or, you know, it's not even that obvious for mine. You can't hardly tell what I got going on, but some of this is also what they're doing to us, how they can attack us. They can do all kind of weird shit. So thanks so much for being here, and you can leave comments under the bottom. If you want to email me, it's under my about page. It's catsy3333@gmail if you want to. And I'll try to go back before I delete it and read the comments, what you were saying, because do I have, oh, thanks for having a good night. Okay, so y'all be happy, and try to laugh as much as you can. Be creative. Do all these more uplifting things instead of, you know, getting caught up in the negativity that they want us to be in, this down state all the time. They want us to be frustrated and angry and stuff. And I realized this a while back and was telling my daughter how intentional this is. And I used the word Comcasting because it, like, if you called Comcast or any of all these customer services places have been weaponized. You see how long they make you wait and wait and wait, and you know, that you get frustrated. And this is the state they want us in, so they can siphon off our energy and you know, the loose harvesting kind of crap that's, you know, we don't quite understand, but something's going on like that. You know, it's becoming more and more obvious every day, the clown world we're in. So, around who? Don't relax around who? Who are you talking about? All right, what are you gonna do? Make a clips out of me and make fun of me? That's been done already, you know. So I'm spinning around here, wee, like little kids. Hey, have fun, be a child, laugh, 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 laugh in their faces. Don't let them bring you down. You know, everybody's saying, "Oh, I'm so pissed off," and so that's just what they want. Don't give it to them. Don't give it to them. Laugh at them. You got to make a big joke out of this shit show hellhole we're in now. I'm trying to escape the matrix somehow or another, and looking for a way out of here. So, you still want to call me that? That's okay. I don't care. I call people dude too. So, okay. Y'all have a good rest of your night. Okay? Drink lots of salt water. I'll tell you about the salt water. Listen to my videos about doing that. That will save your life. You get all the minerals you need. Like I was drinking the ocean water, diluting it 2 to 1 with purified water. But now I can't be hanging around at the beach, you know, like I can't park there overnight anyway because they keep coming around and booting me out and telling me I can't. So there's a town ordinance that says you can't sleep in your car in Wrightsville Beach. So I haven't been, I still, the beach was actually a very healing place for me. I was wading in the water. I was starting to like body surf and stuff like that. And, you know, I'd be parked overnight there and walk down sometimes in the middle of the night. And then in the morning or something, I'd take walks along the beach and everything. But, so I still, yep, I drank the ocean water. Yep. And when I don't have the seawater, which is called plasma, and it's identical to like 80% of our body is full of, you know, this salt water. And we've been lied to. People think that salt's bad for you and it's going to kill you and all this shit. People say, oh, you can't drink the seawater. But yet they're swimming in it. Your body absorbs it. Anything that you put on your body, it gets absorbed, like just like if you drank it. Maybe not as directly, but it's going into you. So I'm going to leave you on that note. If you guys get some Celtic sea salt, not the Himalayan sea salt, because some of that is not so good. It's dyed or whatever. The Celtic sea salt is better. So use that and use like a half a teaspoon per liter or quart and drink like 2 to 3 a day. And you'll start watching what happens to your body. How it starts kicking out all these toxins and stuff because it hydrates you at the cellular level. That's my biggest message. I'm telling people are doing these stupid dry fasting and stuff like that. Our bodies are 80% water and they're not having water? Really? Come on. You want to look, you know, like a raisin, you know, or just, you're not going to function. That's what every disease is based on, this toxicity of the blood. It just manifests in a different way, and then the symptoms come up, and then they have all these drugs ready to give you for your symptoms, and they never, ever, ever get to the root cause of what it is, and it's that simple. Everything can be pretty treated with the salt water. So start trying that. You'll get diarrhea at first, and then it might even go back into constipation as your cells start sucking it in. And then you keep doing it and let it be diarrhea for, you know, as long as it needs to, because that is cleaning out the toxins out of your body. That's the biggest thing you could do for yourself. And then you get filled up with that. You're not as likely to want to eat as much because you're full from that, and that gives you all the minerals you need. Don't waste your money on supplements. They are such a waste, and then now they're putting it in cellulose caps, and you don't even know what they're putting in there. They might put like two little mini grains of whatever it says it is, and you're not getting what you think you're getting. So trust the salt. The salt, we need the salt and the fat. Salt and the fat. Salt and the fat. That's the only 2 things you eat is animal fat and the salt with water. Good water if you can, you know, get it. Who knows anymore? So I hope that helps you get started, because that's all you could survive right there on that. So, okay, be blessed, everyone. Have a good rest of your night, and I'll catch you on the rebound. Tootale. Going to heaven.